What does Plarium have to say about the new skins, the prices of the new skins? They've heard your feedback. I looked into it a little bit. Obviously, you guys aren't happy with the $50. Who would be? So let's see what they had to say. What up guys, it's your boy MurderInc here, back with the Raid Shadow Legends video. I know, so soon after the one I just talked about, my break here, so let's talk about it. The champion skins, they're in the game. We have them. What's the future of them? What does Plarium have to say about the pricing of them? Like I said, you guys have been pretty clear on where you stand with the price here, whether you like it, whether you don't like it. What about this border we see here? Why aren't the borders transferring to places like Arena or any save teams you have on some type of best team leaderboards? So the first thing I want to talk about is going to be, they're not going to be changing the icons anywhere in game. So if you do have this Jade Serpent skin, you're not going to see it in Arena if someone else has the skin unless you get into the battle and you see them with that skin. Why is that? They don't want players to get confused as far as what the champion is. Now, if you're a long-time player, you're going to be like, this is ridiculous, that makes no sense. But if you are a newer player and you're trying to memorize the looks, I guess I'm on board with that and I can see what they're coming from. But that's not it if that wasn't the answer you were looking for. They do like personalized avatars. They like that a lot. Like we can see I'm using one of the platinum ones, finishing top 3. There's other ones you can get for Doom Tower, community avatars, the tag team ones, platinum of course. They do like this and they're going to start talking about expanding that. I think that's good news. I think a lot of people would agree with me. It would be cool to have more personalized avatars they can get from various aspects of the game. Hopefully they are achievement based and not just something you buy from a shop, because then it doesn't feel as unique. What I would like to see is if you pull a champion, or let's say you 6-star and fully ascend a champion and you use them 100 to 150 times in any content, then you unlock that champion's avatar. Now that would be a cool idea. Let me know what you think about that for sure. But we're going to talk about this Jade Serpent skin here. $50. What are we thinking here? $50 for a skin. Now if you've played this game for a long time, you understand that I'm not going to downplay $50 as being a small amount of money. It's not by any means. There's a lot that went into kind of formulating how this was priced out by professionals, and this is among the first iterations of this being like a paid thing. So what did they say? You guys know the answers. Analytics. Does it sell well? Is it performing well? They've adjusted pack prices in the past where if people aren't buying it, they're not going to sell it at that price. They're going to lower it. They're going to rethink their options. They're going to keep releasing skins for money, maybe $50, even if it didn't do well, but they're going to spread it out a lot. Like I said, it depends on the players who's buying it. Are a lot of people buying it? It's a success. Are they not buying it? It's not going to be a success at all. So one thing I wanted to kind of talk about and consider is this is not an RNG product. I know we are talking about Raid Shadow Legends here. There is no RNG involved into getting this skin. I do understand it also doesn't increase the performance of your account, which could be debatable. Some people say if I like the way it looks, I'm going to do better. I'm going to put more effort into it. That being aside, politics and all, you get no bonus to your stats from having a skin like this, but there's no RNG. You click buy, you get the skin no matter what. Compare this to something like the $50, I mean, I know it says 30 here, but there's a $50 version of this monthly pack here. You could get nothing from these resources here. You could have the worst pulls from the Sacred, 3 Voids, 5 Ancient Shards, 1,000 energy you can spend farming, get 0 upgrades. You would get silver, so it's not 0 return here. You could then convert the gems into masteries in a champion, then you end up pulling another champion to replace that champion, and you never use that champion again. So there's no return in the $50 or $30 you just spent on this pack here. The same thing applies to the $100 Sacred Shard pack. Why is that still in the game? Do we think no one's buying it? Not a chance. Do we think people are pulling legendaries every time they buy it? Also, once again, not a chance. They're getting epics, they're being turned into food, or people are rage feeding them when they don't pull anything. So that's what I kind of want to talk about as far as you get what you pay for the first time. I think this is definitely a good direction to go in. Do I think this would ever happen for champions? No shot. They did sell Horden, and I believe it's Mother Superior for early on players, but do I think that's ever coming back? It would be nice, but not really. But that's kind of the back and forth about this skin here. You get what you pay for. It is a skin. It is a bit pricey here, but in the end, who's going to determine the price, the success of the players, what we kind of feed into it, and how many people are in fact buying this. So the next question is going to be, what happens if they lower the price? So ideally, I mean, I saw a lot of unrealistic requests like $5, $10. Listen, we're talking about Plarium here. They're never going to do that. Compare what they would make to, what if they used this Jade Serpent skin Arbiter? What if they made it a new champion? How many shards would have been bought on that day according to the new Jade Serpent, whatever you want to call it, champion that was just released that day? What happens if you add her to a 10 times event? What's the revenue they would gain from that? And all of these things definitely go down to a professional level as far as what the company did to price this out. So what's a realistic price? I'm asking you guys, what is a realistic price for this? If it's not $50, if people are really upset about the $50 one-time purchase for this skin, what do we think is reasonable? I would say if they did have to reduce it at all to hit more of a margin, I mean, I'm not a professional here. They pay people big money to make these numbers up. But if I had to say, I would say, I don't know, $35, $30, maybe that's more realistic for people. You guys can let me know what you think. I really don't think $20 is going to happen, because this is what's going to happen if they reduce it too much. They reduce it too much, it doesn't become as exclusive as it is. Being $50, it's out of some people's price range. They're going to see that. It's going to say, okay, well, I didn't have $50 last time. This is more exclusive because a lot more people didn't buy the skin, and it's going to incentivize them to make sure they pick up the next skin and not let it drift away, right? So then again, this does come down and back to the clan shop here. You can get a skin fragment from the clan shop. Quite a few people are going to have this if they choose to pursue this. It's not going to be as exclusive as something that you can only get from paying for it. So there's added value there as far as the players go. People have been asking for skins for a long time, so I do know there's a lot of kind of vocal people saying, stop releasing skins, nobody cares. Now their counter argument is there's a lot to fix in the game. You're not going to hear any dispute from me about that. There's tons they have to work on. I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory, but people asked for skins. They said there's no way. Something changed along the way. They've started releasing skins. They're going to see how well it does. I'm pretty sure it's going to do well. People like cosmetics in every single game here. Can they reduce the price? Yes, but to the point I was getting to, if they reduce it too much, it's going to become rather common as far as players go based on how much they're spending. And if they do become too common, they're going to release more and more of them, and people aren't going to be as incentivized to buy these skins because it's going to be whatever, unless they look really cool. Plarium's art division, no one's talking smack about them. If there's anything wrong with the game, that's fine. One thing that they're pretty much flawless in is their aesthetics and the way the champions look. I mean, besides a few of them. For some reason, let me just go to it real quickly. So for some reason, Kantrafin is living in 1999 as far as his graphic update here. He really needs some improvement here. Just make him look like he's from the year 2005 at least. He's nowhere near 2022, I can tell you that for a fact. So there are some champions that could probably use some type of model rework and update as far as their model goes, but people do like the way the champions look, and that's kind of my take. That's kind of what I've gotten from them so far as when looking into what their thoughts are on the $50 here. Now, of course, anyone I'm talking to has no say in the price here. It's all trickled down to what I can get bits and pieces from them about the $50 price here. The people making those decisions are not going to be accessible by Discord, phone, whatever you want to call it, but it's definitely something worth talking about, getting feedback on. From what I've seen so far, I know I've never asked it on my channel, but of course I'm still a moderator, so I do see back and forth about the skin. The consensus is it's too expensive. So the reason is going to be, why is it so expensive? Is it just because they wanted to see how much they could get on the first time they released a skin? It's very possible. It's a common business practice to do that. Why would you ever go low when you can start at a number that might seem unrealistic when you can always lower it? If you start at a low price, good luck raising that price and not getting 50 times the backlash that you would get for having it a little bit too high at the start. So that's kind of the basic idea of what was said during the exchange there about this, about the pricing of this. So I'm going to be curious, what do you think the next skin should cost? I don't care about this skin. I made that point pretty clearly on you would never go too low to start. If you did, it's just bad business. And if we know one thing, Raid knows how to make money. So for the next skin, what's a more reasonable price if people are so upset with this? What do you think would work that wouldn't have long-term consequences of these skins just not being appealing anymore because so many people are going to have them when they are released? I'm curious for your feedback. That's going to conclude this video. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you all in my next video.